Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me right now is Adam Zaghloul from NTG Clarity Networks. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, NCI on the TSX Venture and NYWKF on the OTC. And NTG Clarity will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase Vegas, in partnership with MicroCap Club, taking place April 22 through 24, 2025 at the Paris Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. For more information to register to meet Adam and the team in a one-on-one or see their presentation in Vegas, please register to attend at planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Adam, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Hi, Robert. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It's great to have you. So this is actually our first time doing an interview together. So, for those that don't know the NTG Clarity story, can you give us that quick overview and history of the company?
Absolutely, for sure. So NTG Clarity is a digital transformation and software development solutions and services provider. We have a focus on the Saudi Arabian market in particular, where we've been doing business for more than 20 years now. But to think about our business, what we do is we build software development and engineering teams that help some of Saudi Arabia's largest banks and financial institutions and government organizations, IT organizations as well, roll out end-to-end software solutions.
Very good. So what would you say makes NTG Clarity unique and different compared to some of your peers out there that might be doing something similar?
Right. So in terms of what makes us unique, the first point is the market exposure. 95% of our revenue comes from Saudi Arabia, which is definitely atypical for Canadian listed companies for sure. But that's largely because Saudi Arabia is investing heavily into digitizing basically every aspect of its economy. They have this Vision 2030 economic development plan, which basically seeks to transition the economy away from being oil and gas dependent and really branch out into being a hub for things like finance and technology, sports and entertainment, and tourism. So with all of that comes a lot of requirements for obviously IT services and tech talent. And I think that leads us into maybe the second point that makes NTG unique and stand out, which is Saudi Arabia is looking for tech talent. We bring the tech talent over from Egypt. So our workforce is primarily based out of Egypt, and that's right across the Red Sea from Saudi Arabia there. But a couple of benefits for working out of Egypt. When you think about IT outsourcing and offshoring, you'll typically think about destinations like maybe India and Pakistan and the Philippines, maybe.
Eastern Europe, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Places
Yeah.
like that. And a big benefit to that is, in one, cost effectiveness for sure. And Egypt is in the same way, right? You save up to 50% compared to hiring locally on site in Saudi Arabia. But at the same time, because it's so close, you get a lot of cultural benefits. So Egyptians will speak the same language, they work in the same time zone, they have a similar shared cultural background, right? So it really makes for better collaboration and better results with the Saudi clients.
No, you're hitting on a trend that I think I read. I can't remember if it was in Material World or Chip War that I read, but they was talking about how Saudi Arabia was trying to go away, not necessarily go away, but diversify their economic output in a sense, right? And not just totally dependent on oil and gas and whatnot. So I mean, quick, love to get your guys' background. I mean, we were talking offline, your family business, we're a family business. So love to hear a little bit more about your background, your family's background, how you guys basically got into this.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll start myself, Adam Zaghloul, Vice President Strategy and Planning. I take care of a lot of the, investor relations, corporate development, a little bit of finance here at NTG. But the company was started, you're exactly right. It's sort of a family business, you can think about it. By my father, Ashraf Zaghloul. He was originally actually a director level at Rogers Communications back in the day before he went off on his own and started NTG back in about 1992. So there definitely is a lot of experience running IT organizations at scale in that regard. But he basically went off and originally provided, circuit design, telecom engineering, a little bit of training seminars for telcos based out of Canada, because that's his background. But over time, there was definitely a need for a lot of telcos to digitize, especially back in the 90s, early 2000s. So that sort of got us into the realm of software development. And connections overseas in Egypt and Saudi Arabia came naturally. Our family is, Egyptian by background, so a lot of connections that way. Got our foot in the door in the Middle East, and really with all the investment that's been going on into the space, on the one hand in the telecom field, but also more broadly, really digitizing every aspect of the economy. We've been able to leverage our strong software development background as well to basically serve all aspects of the economy and all sectors that are looking to digitize. So we really went full steam ahead that way.
Very cool. So what's the vision? What's the grand vision for NTG? Is it ultimately just continuing to expand territories that are looking for, I guess you'd say not just more inexpensive labor, coordinating all that for whatever projects, that country or company needs in that area. Like love to hear what the big plan is.
Yeah, for sure. So I would say, looking forward into the future, maybe further on down the line, it would be looking to expand more geographically into other parts of the world and that kind of thing. I would say when it comes to the nearer future, say on the next 3 years or so, our number one focus is definitely taking full advantage of all of the growth that's happening in Saudi Arabia specifically right now. The market's huge and just getting bigger every year with all the new investments to digitize. We're a pretty small part of the market right now, and there's a lot of opportunity to grow. But that being said, we have 20 years of experience working in the market, so we've got a lot of, references and network points to that we've built over the years who are able to give us a lot of new business that's coming to town for sure. So I would say, over the next coming years, expanding the market share in Saudi Arabia is number one priority for us.
It's interesting. It's almost like it's not necessarily like a technology player or anything like that. You're almost like a staffing company, in a lot of respects. I mean, is that how the market sometimes views NTG in some ways?
I think it's there's a lot of carryover between what we do and staffing companies. There still, I would say, is an argument to be made that we are a technology play for a couple of reasons. Um, you know, First off, the situation in Saudi Arabia is such that they're really trying to attract as much technology talent to the area as they can. So, a lot of the times the employees that we're staffing to some of these companies, some of our customers, are in fact sort of the software development, the digital transformation, the IT departments for these customers. We have a lot of say in their digital strategies and what their IP ends up being. So, really the scope of our work goes far beyond just staffing. In a lot of cases, we really are a core part of the digital transformation strategies. That's one point. But the second point is we do offer our own line of proprietary software products. It's currently a pretty small proportion of our revenue. It's about 3% of revenue compared to the 97 that is, basically software development services. But the key point to remember there is basically all of our large professional services customers at least have a proof of concept with one of our software offerings. NTG Apps is the name of the flagship software offering. And we're looking forward to, use it as a cross-sell, upsell opportunity in the future to bring, both some more revenue, but also some margin expansion that comes with the software side of the business as well.
Very cool. Okay. Well, I mean, you answered most of my questions. Anything we missed right now for, that you want maybe some folks to pay attention to in 2025, as we're moving forward here?
Yeah, I would say definitely looking into 2025, it's really hard to understate the energy in Saudi Arabia right now, the amount of growth that's going on. They're really looking for as much tech talent as they can get. We've got the connections in the region to get our foot in the door for a lot of the contracts. We've also, on the talent pipeline side, built a pretty robust talent pipeline to fill the seats of the contracts that we've been winning, right? It's not just, standard recruiting, headhunting methods that we're using. We're partnered with a lot of Egyptian universities and colleges to give upskilling and educational programs to them to get in front of a lot of new grads and students and let them know that NTG is a great place to work. We're even running a couple of our own brick and mortar vocational high schools in Egypt to really upskill the local population, get them interested in being the next generation of software development and digital transformation professionals, really. So both from the sales side and the talent pipeline side, we're setting ourselves up to take full advantage of all the growth and investment in the Saudi market for sure.
Very good. All right, Adam, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on NTG?
For sure. So I think you mentioned our tickers, NCI on the TSX-V, NYWKF on the OTC, but for sure, ntgclarity.com is our website. And you can also feel free to reach out to me directly, adam@ntgclarity.com, and I'm happy to hop on a call or respond by email for sure.
Awesome. Well, Adam, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I will see you in Vegas.
My pleasure. Thanks very much, Robert. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you.